Judge Judy, right there. She's got 10 million viewers, by the way.
Yeah.
GOP Chair Ronna McDaniel joins us now. Ronna, Mr. Bloomberg is spending a ton of money, I believe $166 million thus far. He's doing well in the polls, and now he's got Judge Judy on his side. What's your response? What are you doing about Bloomberg?
Well, there's a lot of things with Bloomberg that in his candidacy that's flawed. One, he is spending a lot of money, so he's buying name ID, but not in the right states. He's not even on the ballot in New Hampshire. He's not on the ballot in Nevada. He's planting his flag well down the primary path. We haven't seen any candidate be successful that far down. Plus, he's not going to make the debate stage. So what Bloomberg really signals to me is how weak the Democrat field is, that nobody's coalescing around these other candidates that have had 6 debates, that have been campaigning nonstop. It shows how wide open that field is, that he's able to get any traction. And you can't discount the momentum that happens when you win a New Hampshire and an Iowa and a South Carolina and Nevada. I don't think it's a good strategy to wait that far down the map and think that you're going to be successful.
Would you dismiss him?
I don't dismiss anybody, but I don't think Judge Judy was describing Bloomberg in that clip before. She was describing Donald Trump. He's the one who's had managerial experience and governing experience and been successful and brought jobs and got this economy kickstarted. That is the candidate that's going to be running that can bring that experience to the American people and proven results.
Well, what do you think? What's your response, I should say, to Bernie Sanders comparing Soleimani's death to the to Putin, and assassinating dissidents? That's what Bernie Sanders says, assassinating dissidents like Putin. That word assassination is very important because an American president cannot assassinate a foreign leader.
I think it's disgusting. It's disgusting what Bernie Sanders has said. When you think about the families who have lost loved ones, our men and women who have served our country, who died at the hands of Soleimani, to have a candidate running for president compare killing a terrorist who was planning an imminent threat, an imminent attack on the United States, to Putin, it's just frightening. And to hear Nancy Pelosi say that the president's response was disproportionate. Well, I'd like to ask Nancy Pelosi, how many more lives, American lives, need to be shed before there is a proportionate response? The president did the right thing. He took action. Everyone knows that this is a man who has American blood on his hands, and it was time to take him out, and he did the right thing in protecting the men and women of this country.
Ronna McDaniel, thanks for joining us this morning. We appreciate it, as always.
Thank you.
Thank you.